Hi, I'm Bruce Clay, and this is the Ask Us Anything series. What can I do if another site steals my content? Well, I'm going to start with a disclaimer that we are not lawyers. However, this sounds very much like a legal issue. So I'll give some examples. I used to have my website stolen all the time. People would just scrape all the content and put it up on their own websites, on their own domains. And one of the things that was kind of comical is half the time they put it up with our phone number on it. I don't know why they would scrape our content, put it on their domain, and then still have traffic coming to us. But that's what people would do. When I wanted to complain about that, one of the things I discovered early on is that you cannot file any kind of legal grievance against anybody unless you actually hold a copyright. Now, the copyright is pretty easy. You register with the federal government. It costs, I think, about $50. Takes about 5 months. You have to send them a copy of your website, and you can get a copyright. Once you have a copyright, my understanding is that you can then enforce it. If you can enforce it, then the issue is, what are the damages? If there's no damages, enforcing it might just cost you money. You might find it valuable, you might not. If it is somebody that is using your copyrighted content against you, then certainly I would enforce it. The part of enforcing it is, what is it worth? On my site, I actually created a price that said any page on the site with owner permission may be acquired at $2,500 per page. Now, if you steal my content without permission, that's shoplifting. It's a $2,500 item. That's a felony. And since then, I have not had my content stolen. Now, there's other comical things that people have done. If you find that your content is stolen often by a particular competitor, then what you can do is cloak. And when that competitor comes, you give them somebody else's content or point them to a different domain. Or we've seen cases where somebody actually loaded for a competitor that was scraping their content. Instead of their content, they gave the competitor porn. That really changed the scraping process. So there's all sorts of things that you do that are designed to be comical or to discourage it or anything else. But what can I do if somebody's stealing my content? One, you have to copyright it, in my opinion. And two, you have to be prepared to enforce it. One of the ways to find out if somebody's taking your content is to take a couple of the sentences that are unique to your writing style from an opening paragraph of your content and create a Google alert. You put that sentence in quotes, and every time that sentence shows up on any website on the web, Google's going to send you an alert email saying this content has appeared on this site. I get them whenever anybody borrows my content. And I call it borrowing because they don't keep it up. But if my content showed up on another domain, Google's going to send me an email if that sentence is on that copied content. So that's kind of an interesting trick that you might also try. What can I do? Well, you can send them an email saying you have my content. Many times they'll take it down. You can file a legal claim against them. You can write to their hosting company and let them see if there's some sort of rule violation on that. Those are the kinds of things you can do. But certainly, if it's a legal issue, I would get a lawyer and defend your property.